Hi, I'm Tom Gustafson, Computer Information Systems Instructor at Lake Superior College in Duluth, Minnesota. Welcome to this second video in a series on using Windows 7 virtual hard disks. In our first video, we answered this question: what is a virtual hard disk? And essentially, it's a file that acts like a disk. It can be used by virtual machines, by backup programs, and now in Windows 7 it can be even booted from, and it can be treated like a disk in that you can use standard disk operations to write to it, read from it, mount it as a disk, and so forth. We're using the Windows 7 Enterprise Evaluation, available at the website on your screen, a 90-day free enterprise evaluation, extensible up to 180 days by rearming it, and the Windows Automated Installation Kit, which gives us the ImageX utility that we're going to be using. The steps to boot from a VHD are these, and we've already talked about two of them. We created a virtual hard disk in the DiskPart utility, and we partitioned and formatted that virtual hard disk. In this video, we're going to take a Windows image and we're going to apply that image to the virtual hard disk. And we won't do it, but you can also detach that virtual hard disk to copy it to other systems. And then we're going to add a boot entry so that we can actually boot from the operating system on that virtual hard disk. We looked at the steps for creating a virtual hard disk. We used the DiskPart command line utility in the first video to do that, and we also partitioned and formatted the virtual hard disk. And now what we're going to do is apply an image to the virtual hard drive. In order to do this, we will need the Windows Automated Installation Kit, which is the free download I mentioned earlier from Microsoft. That gives us, under Start and All Programs, the Windows Automated Installation Kit, and what we're after here is the Deployment Tools command prompt, which brings us to a command prompt close to the directory that we want to use to get at this ImageX utility that we will use to apply an image of an operating system to the virtual hard drive. We'll have to first change directory up one level to the x86 directory. That's where ImageX is located. Then we're going to run ImageX. We'll give it the apply argument, which means apply a Windows image to a disk. This is the path to the Windows image we're going to apply, and we're just going to use the install.wim file off the Windows 7 installation media. It's in the sources directory, and we'll also give it this argument 1 here, which means we want to install volume number 1 in that image file. You can actually have multiple volumes in there. And then V is the destination disk, which is going to receive that image. So let's jump back to our virtual machine and let's give this a try. I will leave the computer management utility up just to show you the CD-ROM on here, and I will go to All Programs, Windows Automated Installation Kit. I'll right-click and run as administrator. I will then change directory up one level and then down to the x86 directory inside of Tools. And if I do a dir, you'll notice that there's our ImageX utility right there. So now I'll run ImageX and I'll say I want to apply an image. Where's that image located? It's on my D drive. Look right down here and you'll notice that right here my D drive is my CD-ROM drive. So I'll apply the image that I want to apply is in the sources directory, and it's called install.wim. Now, the Windows installation media comes with a WIM file, a Windows image file, which is an image of a complete operating system installation. You can learn more about this by looking at my series of videos on Windows imaging if you'd like to learn more about it. I want volume number 1, and I want to apply it to my V drive, and looking down here in disk management, you see that's my virtual hard drive. So now the ImageX tool is going to run. It's going to take a while for it to apply this image to the virtual hard drive, maybe 5-10 minutes. So I will pause the video while this happens, and then we will continue on. Okay, the imaging has finished. It took 13 minutes and 9 seconds. I had some other things going on my computer, so I think that slowed it down a little bit. but now we have applied the image to the virtual hard drive, our drive V for virtual. So if in the command prompt, if I type dir v:, you'll notice now that on the V drive I have a Windows directory, a users directory, a program files directory. That Windows image has been applied to this drive. I could also go here to my graphical interface and I can right click in Disk Management, my virtual hard drive, open it up, and Windows Explorer shows me the program files, users, and Windows folders in that virtual hard drive. So I have successfully applied the image now to my virtual hard drive. The next step in booting from a virtual hard drive, once that I've done that, if you wish, is to detach and copy the virtual hard drive for distribution. I'm not going to do that, but you can go into the DiskPart utility, detach that virtual disk, and then if you want, you can copy that virtual disk to other locations. The example I'm giving you here shows you copying that virtual hard drive to the F drive, which perhaps would be a shared network drive or a USB device. One of the real powers of virtual hard drives here is that we can take this virtual hard drive and make it very portable. We can go attach it to another computer, use it on that system. We can write to it, read from it, boot from it, however we wish. So these virtual hard drives give us a lot of power and flexibility. Now, if you do try this, remember that if you want to use this virtual hard drive on your system again, you have to go in and attach it again, either through the computer management, disk management, or through the command line using DiskPart. Our next step then is going to be to add a boot entry for the virtual hard drive, and this is what will allow us to boot our computer from the operating system on the virtual hard drive, and we will do that in the next video.